Well, once again, we want to thank God for your presence here on the GMAP Broadcast Network. I am yours truly, Pastor Kevin. Always feeling good, music sounding blessed. And of course, we tried to dive in. Let me go ahead and knock this part out immediately before we get started with this conversation. We tried to dive in on a visual, but for whatever reason, technology tried to get in the way. But we serve the type of God that allows us to move forward no matter what the enemy may throw in our path, no matter what he does, no matter what he says, no matter where he goes, no matter who he sees, we can overcome. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are honored, privileged, blessed, pleased, and grateful that we have author Tiesha Bryant here with us on the GMAP Broadcast Network, and I am not going to prolong the hour. Tiesha, God bless you, and how are you today?
Hey, God bless you. I am amazing. How are you?
Oh, please. Now, you know that's a loaded question when you ask me that. But, I can understand. I can relate to the honor and the respect that you have. If you can't tell, I must be slipping. But I'm okay. I'm okay. You know what? I am so grateful today. Number one, to have you here on GMAP Broadcast Network. Number two, I'm grateful that you are being truly obedient to your calling. I always tell people, Tiesha, that it's one thing to be called, but it's another thing to be the call. And you have stepped into your calling full steam ahead. Do me a favor, introduce yourself. Tell us who you are. Tell us where you're from.
Hey. I am Tiesha Bryant, all the way. I am a native of Pittsview, Alabama. Yes, I currently live in Phoenix City, Alabama. I am a wife to an amazing husband, Tiesha Bryant, with Touched by Chicago. I have a beautiful 15-year-old daughter, Tanaya Williams, who is the CEO of That Girl, which is a bullying campaign here in the area. My mom and dad is David and Tracy, David Williams and Tracy Tate. I'm a master's level social worker. I am the owner and CEO and founder of We Have a Purpose, INC, which is a nonprofit that provides prevention and intervention purposes here in the local area of Phoenix City and Columbus, Georgia. And most importantly, I am a child of God.
Mm. Well, I was about to start asking you some more questions. Like, is there some things you don't do? I mean, I'm like, my goodness, girl, you move. You know what? And I know I was able to recognize a post today from our friend Shalonda.
Yes, that is my tea mommy, and I love her dearly.
I was gonna bring her up. You knew that, right? I was gonna. So I wasn't gonna hold out talking about. Yeah, we're gonna do all this talking and not mention Shalonda. Shalonda, we love you, sister.
Yes.
And she is so proud of you. I saw the post on. I believe it was your. Facebook page, and she had recorded when I aired your book promo on GMAP Broadcast Network.
Wow.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh my God, she was on it. Let me tell you, she was cracking me up. And of course, my goodness, of course, and I did get your text, by the way, just so you know.
Okay,
I just want to let you know I did get your text, so I'll make sure to get that in for you. Okay.
Thank you.
You are so funny, but I kid you not. I love your spirit. Tell us about the publication. Now I'll mess it up, but tell us about the publication that you have been blessed to currently release to people around the world.
Okay, so with the book, Imperfectly Perfect, 3 Steps on the Parenthood Journey, I focus on the parents in parenting. I tell people all the time, I can't tell you how to parent your child. Because what works for my children is not going to work for yours and vice versa. I'm only here to coach you during your journey. Many of the times when we enter into parenthood, we come with baggage. We come with different things, that we have not dealt with. And sometimes it takes for us to deal with those different things, so we're able to show up and be the parent that we have to be for our kids. Sometimes we have to take a moment to look in the mirror to see who we are and to see if the person that's looking back at us is somebody we want our kids to be a reflection of. We have to get back to the basic of values, and that's one thing that's definitely in the book, and it's very interactive. It's not a long read at all, but it is interactive, and I really give you 3 simple steps on the parenthood journey. And I give you guys a freebie and tell you that the main one in my eyes is love. So you would definitely get that within the book. And it's not only for moms. Many times when we talk about parenting coaching or parenting lessons or classes or whatever the case may be, we solely direct it to the mom. But fathers, men, they are dads too. So I wanted to make sure I include the dad in the book as well, because your journey is as important as the mother. Without you, there wouldn't be the child. So that is definitely one of my focuses as well. And being a teen mom, being pregnant at 13 and having a baby at 14 is like, hey, I'm a kid raising a kid. But I have the support and God's grace over my life. So all of that played a significant role in my parenthood journey. And I thank God for my support system, all my aunts, uncles, friends, cousins, from back here in Pittsburgh, Alabama. I could name them. I'm just going to do last name basis. All the Upshaws, Williams, my sisters, my best friend, Jasmine. They've all been a part of that support in my church home. Friendship number 3, out of Hurtsboro, Alabama, with Pastor Thomas Gathway. He made sure while I was on that journey, he prayed with and for me. He didn't turn me away because of what had happened. So I'm just blessed and honored to have such great people in my life to keep me on this journey.
Don't get me all emotional. I'm not really too used to that, but I'm gonna say this, and I'm not going to allow any additional time to pass us by without sending a shout out. First of all, to you.
Thank you.
It takes a lot of courage to simply present the fact that you were pregnant at 13.
Yes.
A lot of people don't want, I had my first child was born when I was 17. And you're absolutely right. We used to hang out. But even though I was young, he still respected me for who I was, and that was his father.
Right. And that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, and it was huge. But I also want to send a huge shout out to your husband.
He is amazing.
Well, you don't have to tell me that. I already know. Because number 1, he's got your back.
That's right.
Number 2, he is your number 1 fan. Number 3, he is standing by your side. Thick and thin, good and bad, right and wrong, he's right there. I know he is because I can.
Yes.
I looked at the promotion. I'm listening to it in your voice. So, what's his name?
TJ.
TJ. Yes. I know he's listening. I know he is. TJ, what's up? Okay. So, I just want to send my respect, my honor, and my appreciation, and a shout out to him and you, because I'm a firm believer that your destiny was determined before your delivery. And everything that you go through between that delivery process and your destiny is just a part of the process. And you have stepped up to the plate. Now, is this your first publication, Tiesha, or is it something that is a follow-up to what you have already previously had written in the past?
No, this is actually my first publication, and I have a parenting curriculum that goes along with it.
Uh,
It's my first one, and it will not be my last. I am looking to release my memoir this spring, 2021 spring.
okay.
So,
Well, I did hear
yes,
you say that you have a lot of things going, and
yes,
I just want to make sure that you recognize the fact that whatever it is that God has you doing on your journey, that the GMAP Broadcast Network has officially ripped the door off the hinges and rolled out the red carpet.
yay! Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And that means whatever. And I'm honestly speaking from my spirit because I have a wife that stands by my side. Thick and thin, good and bad, right and wrong, pretty and ugly. She stands right by my side. She doesn't stand in front of me, and she definitely does not stand behind me. She stands by my side every step of the way. And I want to emphasize good, bad, right, wrong,
Yes.
because she has allowed me to stay on track to do what it is that God has blessed me to do, as you are doing, for almost 20 years. And when we lost everything home, car, money, jobs. We were literally sleeping in a hotel and then sleeping in our car. But let me tell you something. My wife said the enemy could try to take away everything that the natural man has provided, but you will never let the ministry go that he has given you.
I know that's right.
And she stood by my side when I had to go steal Wi-Fi from McDonald's every day just to make sure this broadcast went forth. So I'm a TJ, man, keep doing what you're doing. Keep loving on your wife. Keep showing your care, concern, and support because God has a plan for you all. I know it. I'm not a prophet. I'm just speaking from the heart. Keep doing what you're doing. Now, I know that you've already mentioned, Tiesha, that there's going to be a memoir coming, and you're going to
Mhm.
write many, many other books. But let me ask you this: if someone were to walk up to you today and say, you know what, I appreciate your publication. I love what you're doing. I love the fact that you do have a plan for your next book. But in addition to that, what's next beyond the next publication for Tiesha Bryant? What would your response be?
My next is whatever God has for me. Whatever whatever it is God wants me to do, then that's what I'm doing.
Amen.
So, I mean, my mission in life is whatever I do and whoever I come in contact with, I am, being a reflection of Him, that my light may shine so others can see Him through me.
Amen.
So, what's next for me is, hey, whatever God has for me.
Now, Taisha, I know that you mentioned before the age of having your first child, so on and so forth, but can you just share with some of our viewers and listeners some of the intense obstacles that you had to endure during the process from where you were to where you are today?
Sure. Wow. I must say, it was initially it was challenging for me, of course. I mean, I was a kid, but able to inform my mom.
Mm-hmm.
She looked at, she said, "You're not the first, and you won't be the last. I got you, regardless."
Mm.
Many people doubted me on the journey of being a mom. They talked bad about me. Of course, they said I wouldn't be anything
Mm.
but God. Many things may were delayed, but it was not denied.
That's right.
I graduated high school in the top 10% of my class. I
Mm.
was still a part of every extracurricular activity that I want to. It was in high school where I discovered that, hey, I'm going to start a nonprofit. And I actually started working with just young women within my community. I went to the greatest HBCU in the nation, Florida A&M University, and I obtained my bachelor's in social work. I did that with honor and grace. I graduated with my master's from Troy. Though there were different things that took place, on my education journey, I still made it to where I am now. Besides, having to alter some of my plans were not God.
That's right.
So when I became aligned with Him, everything began to fall in place. Yes, dating and things of that nature was hard, especially when I was younger, because no younger person wants to be a stepfather. And I'm so glad and so grateful that God sent my husband to save me, because it's not the stepfather. He's a father to my daughter, to our daughter.
That's right.
And
that's right.
Brother to our son. So blended families are possible. Yes, it's work, it's hard work, but with God, all things are possible. And I'm just blessed beyond measure to be able to experience the fullness of it.
Let me tell you something. You got the right attitude, but you're absolutely right about one thing. I got to share this. Just my mom was visiting my home, and of course, we have 12 disciples, but we have a decent amount of children. My wife and I. All of them not biologically, as they say.
Right.
But I don't get into that because my mom made the mistake of stating to me one time, your stepson. And I said, Mom, it's time for you to go. She didn't understand what I was saying. I said, it's time for you to go. And she looked kind of confused and discombobulated. Then she said, why? Why would you say that? I said, because there's not a child in our home that would ever, has never, and will never be classified as a stepchild.
Right.
I don't allow that to come out of my wife's mouth. It won't come out of my mouth. And God knows it won't come out of anyone's mouth that visited our home, because we are the mom and the dad. We are the parents. We are the one that's raising. We are the one that's teaching. We are the one that's guiding. We are the one that's helping along the way. It's a family.
Right.
And if you're responsible for raising your children, the loyalty, the honor, and the journey that they're responsible for, that they are enduring, is through you. Never ever allow that to go in any other direction than to let the world know that that's your family. Right. I honor you for that. TJ, what's up? I just want you to know, hey, it's the way it is. So, with that being said, I appreciate that. Now, I know there's going to be people who are out there listening right now that's going to want to connect with you. They're going to want to reach out to you. Website, email, phone number, manager, husband. How can they connect with you, and how can they get a copy of your current publication?
Okay. www.Tiesha, and that's Tiesha, the letter N, Bryant, BRYANT.com. That is my website. On that website, it has a way you can contact me via email. My Facebook is Tiesha Bryant. Instagram, Tiesha N. Bryant. Twitter, Tiesha N. Bryant. My book is on Amazon. You can type in the name of the book and Perfectly Perfect, 3 Steps on the Parenthood Journey, or you can simply type in my name, Tiesha N. Bryant. It's an ebook and it's also paperback.
Tiesha, what network are you currently doing your live on-air conversation with as we speak?
You say, what is the... I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
What network are you currently on that you are having this live on-air conversation? See, let me tell you why I'm asking you that, because, see, y'all going to stop forgetting about little old GMAP down here in the lower left-hand corner of everything.
Hey, but we in there. GMAP Broadcast Network. Yes.
You knew I was gonna tease you on that. You know,
Yes.
but you know
Oh, I
what?
was ready.
Just so the world know, we have began to blast it out there on social media. We keep it simple, but we have a strong way of presenting. She is also a featured book author on the GMAP Broadcast Network. You can stop by GMAP Broadcast Network, located at gmap1.com. That's GMAP, the number 1.com. Click on the tab that simply says bookstore. You will see a copy of this awesome publication. You can click on this publication, and if I'm not mistaken, it's going to go directly to your website to get more intimate details about this young lady, the publication, how you could purchase, show your love, care, concern, and support. Now, before I let you go, I have a scenario that I want to draw up for you, okay?
Okay.
I'm putting together what I call my megatorium.
Okay.
My megatorium is going to consist of the T.D. Jakes Auditorium and the Joel Osteen Auditorium put together.
Okay.
I got 50,000 seats in my megatorium. So let's rewind the tape and press play. Megatorium, T.D. Jakes Potter's house, Joel Osteen's auditorium. Megatorium, say it with me, megatorium.
Megatorium.
50,000 seats.
50,000 seats. Let's fill them up.
All occupied by young ladies that went through things similar to what you've gone through up to this point in life.
Yes.
Megatorium, 50,000 seats, and all occupied by young ladies. Now, I'm no fool, Tiesha, okay?
Uh-huh.
So I was smart enough to introduce my wife to the podium because I realized that my couch is a very uncomfortable place to sleep.
I know that's right.
As a matter of fact, my couch was so uncomfortable, sometimes I didn't even like to sit on it. So I introduced my wife to the podium, and she had the privilege of introducing some and presenting to others author Tiesha Bryant to the podium. The question is, what would you say to them?
I would say wow. And I would let them know to choose resilience over regret. Because if God brought you through it, he would definitely bring you through it. Keep God first in all you do. Your plans may have been delayed, but they are not denied. Your test is just a testimony that's loaded, waiting for the world to hear it.
Wow.
And I love you because I can, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Let me tell you something. Everybody going through something.
That's right.
And I appreciate the fact that he brought you to it just to take you through it.
Yes.
Your testimony, as a matter of fact, your test is your testimony.
That's right.
As a matter of fact, looking deeper than that, you can't even spell testimony without spelling test first.
That's right.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
I love you. I love your husband. I love what you're doing for the kingdom. And again, there is no door, and the red carpet is rolled out. I ripped the door off the hinges, so you ain't got to do nothing but show up.
That's right. And I appreciate you for the opportunity. I pray many blessings over you, your family, and your platform will continue to grow in Jesus' name.
Amen. Now, I'm going to tell you one more thing that I recall Shalonda saying on that post. She said, and I quote, Tiesha, this is only the beginning. Unquote.
Yes.
Listen, I'm going to play your promo real quick, and then I'm going to follow your promo up with your special request of JR God's Plan. So I'm going to make sure the record button stay on for evidence, okay?
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Peace. God bless you. Take care. Take it easy. And if it's good to you, take it twice. Remember this, if you do not remember anything else in life, keep God first in your life, you cannot and or will not ever go wrong. God loves you, and so do I. Believe in your heart, confess with your mouth that he died on the cross for our sins. He rose again on that third day, descended up into heavens, and now he is currently preparing a place for you and for me. Tiesha, we love you. We look forward to talking to you again soon, and you continue to be blessed and be a blessing, okay?
Thank you. Thank you. Be blessed.
You know what? I love my job. Continuous music is on the way. Yours truly, Pastor Kevin. But before we do that, we're going to have to do this. Keep it locked right here on the #1 faith-based, motivational, and inspirational broadcast network in the country, 5-time Stellar-nominated GMAP broadcast network located at GMAP1.com.
It's time to see what's up with one of our local businesses on the CW Jabama.
Hi, I'm Tiesha Bryant. I am a master's level social worker, and I am the founder and CEO of We Have a Purpose Incorporated. I've recently written a book, Imperfectly Perfect, 3 Steps on the Parenthood Journey. I started my parenthood journey at the age of 13. I was pregnant, and 14, I was a mom. But by the grace of God, I've made it this far. I am 29 and happily married. Within my book, I focus on the parent in parenting. It's an interactive book for parents with children of all ages. This book is also accompanied by a curriculum. You can purchase the book or book a consultation at www.tieshanbryant.com.
Tune in each day to see what's up on the CW Jabama.
God has a plan. Sometimes we cannot see. He has a plan. He has a plan for you and me. Sometimes the way gets weary. Sometimes we don't understand. We must trust him, believe him. He has a plan. The way of life is surely hard to understand. The way of life, how can we walk unless we're in God's plan? Sometimes the way gets weary. Sometimes we don't understand. Trust him. God has a plan. He has a plan. God has a plan. God has a plan. Oh, and believe God has a plan. God has a plan. God has a plan. We must trust him and believe he has a plan. Oh, we must trust in what he says.